Hey everyone, my name is James and welcome back to Chippy Gaming. So today we're back for some more. Build the Eye of Cthulhu phase off. Should I try other phases of Terraria bosses? Yeah, you definitely should, because this looks amazing. And I can see here that they have a YouTube channel, alright? Let's go check it out. Checked out this video and it was great. Like, I really enjoyed it. The guy's got such a good voice. So I am definitely subscribing.
Hello, welcome back. My name is Sybonn and this is a very special build that I'd like to call Big Chippy. So as you just saw, something really crazy happened this week where Chippy actually came across one of my builds and said nothing but nice things about it. And he even came over to the channel to subscribe as well and sent across the Chippy Raid. So naturally, to welcome Chippy and you guys, I wanted to do a Terraria build relating to Chippy's channel. And what better than the Skeletron himself? So I'll show you a little time lapse of building the skull and then I'll walk you around the whole of the build, including the tweak of the dungeon and the cursed skulls. So the first idea I had was having Chippy's couch in the Skeletron's mouth. So that's where I started from. And I kind of wanted the Skeletron to be super sized, a little bit scary, and of course an NPC house. So the blocks I've used for this build are a mixture of the slime block, frozen slime block, and smooth marble. And the reason for this is the slime block and the frozen slime block don't combine, so they actually stay away from each other. So it works really well for the teeth, and it also really pops the white color. And to break up that white, I use this smooth marble to just make it a little bit textured to make it look more like a skull. So getting the shape of this was a right nightmare. And I experimented with some different eyes, but it didn't really work. It kind of looked a little bit jokey and not the scary vibe I was going for. But I left some of the attempts in there just in case it inspires any of you guys for your builds. But after messing around with a lot of blocks, I decided how I wanted it to look. So now you can see I'm adding the smooth marble blocks just to add a bit of texture to it. And now I'm just painting the blocks that are already there just to make it a little bit more 3D, just to make it stand out and look a little bit creepier. So we'll show you the build on the map very shortly. But before I do that, I just wanted to add a little bit of gore. And now I'll show you the build. So here's the finished build. I hope you guys like it. If you do, then consider leaving a like and subscribe if you want to see more as well. And a huge thank you to Chippy, because I really appreciate his kind words in his video about me and the channel. It really blew my mind. I couldn't believe it when I watched it, and I had to watch it again. Just really grateful, and grateful for all you guys coming over on the Chippy Raid. I just wasn't expecting that, and you guys have all been really nice and really kind in the comments. And if you are from the Chippy Raid, then please write a comment down below, because I always try and speak to you guys. So back to the tour. Now on the main skull. So the main idea of this was to have Chippy's couch right in the center in his mouth. And basically this Skeletron is coming bursting out of the ground, grabbing hold of the world as it's pulling itself out of here basically. So it's grabbing itself out of the dungeon. And I have to say, I love my logic sensors, so there's only one way to get into this, and it's basically straight up into his nose and into his main head. So, and it's all NPC valid houses, so you've got 4 of these, and I've only got 3 NPCs in at the minute, but you can easily convert this center one as well, so you can have 5 and also put craft stations and all sorts. But I wanted to try and keep the main form, and making it look like a skull was quite difficult because the having the frozen slime block and the normal slime block, they are very solid white, so it didn't look that natural as it can be. But the smooth marble block definitely broke it up and gave it that texture, as you can see. And on top of that, you can see some of this is glowing, and that is because of Gemspark Wall. I love that because it always makes things pop out a little bit more, and also it shows up very nicely at night, so it makes it all stand out, so it still looks like a great build even when the night falls. And it actually looks a little bit creepier as well. And the next things to show you are the cursed skulls, because once you kill the Skeletron's hands, he starts throwing these cursed skulls at you, which is very lovely. But I've sort of converted them into NPC houses, and I've actually put 2 of these, and the way I've done it is exactly the same way, same blocks, but I've actually used Gemspark Wall here, which is painted black, just so it glows at night as well. So here is his other hand pulling himself out of the world, and that's just the top of the dungeon. So I've tweaked the dungeon, as I said. So in here it spawned naturally with green dungeon brick, so I just carried that theme along and used iridescent brick that was painted green, because that kind of fit in quite nicely, and it just made it a little bit more texture, so it's not one solid block. And I just wanted to put the old man in a cage suspended over a campfire. Don't judge me. And something that worked really well is ebon wood. If you mix the ebon wood with the boreal wood, it just looks like a beam with a rope tied around it, and that's what's holding up this cage. And then towards the back of this dungeon entrance is you've got a little catacomb of all the dead players that have fought the Skeletron and failed, which is pretty much all of them, probably me. And there's a nice little pile of bones as well, just to really make you feel confident that you want to go down here into the dungeon, which I've just left the same. And to show you what it looks like on the map, it kind of looks like a skull with a lot of freckles, but that's the smooth marble block showing up quite a bit on the map. But I think it looks quite cool even still, and I'll show you it zoomed out as well, so you can get the whole picture of it. And lastly, as you can see, this is a valid house. You might be able to catch the glimpse of the platforms that I've used to just make a little box. You've got a little Chippy's couch, and you've got a little workbench up there. So it's a completely valid house for James to live in. So James, if you're watching, let me know if you like your new house. But thanks again for watching, and I hope you did like it, and welcome to all the new subscribers as well. I hope my videos don't disappoint, and I will see you in the next video. If you've got any suggestions for the next video, then please write them down in the comment section. But thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, bye.